Good evening, this is the Oscar expert here with Brother Bro, and it's time to do part 2 of Precursor predictions. It's actually funny to be doing them now because the Critics' Choice and the Golden Globes are going to happen so soon. These are not final predictions for those, but, you know, we had so much fun doing the last one. We're predicting Critics' Choice, Golden Globes, SAG, and BAFTA acting categories only in this video. Yeah. So for Best Actress, let's go to Critics' Choice, shall we? Jessie Buckley's getting in. Renata Reinsva's getting in. Yep. I know that Sentimental Value missed a couple from the shortlist committee. I'm not too concerned about Sentimental Value still. I feel like they would do it. Cynthia Erivo is in. We can talk about Wicked later, but I think she's going to be fine at first. I don't know. You want to just hash it out now? Because like this is the main category we're going to talk about Wicked. So your argument is that Wicked is like in decline. Like and what you're doing, what you're using to support this is the Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic scores are much lower than the first, significantly lower. You're looking at
the Letterboxd is also
looking at
lower.
Letterboxd, which is it looks similar, but it's actually shifting to be something like a 3.6.
Probably.
It's going to be lower than that. Eventually, it's going to be lower than that. In a month, it'll be lower than that.
Lower than a 3.6?
Okay, in 2 months, it'll be a 3.5. Listen, you might look at the other Letterboxd score and say, look, Wicked 1 only at a 3.8. No. Use the Wayback Machine, gang. The Wayback Machine will show you that when Wicked 1, on the Sunday after release, that thing had a 4.2. It looked like I'm Still Here looks like now. Wicked, on the other hand, Wicked for Good, looks like a 3.8 with an inflated 5-star stack. That will continue to deflate as the mega diehard fans go away. The reason that I'm skeptical, even though obviously like gen audiences, the gen pub is going crazy and the, Rotten Tomatoes audience score is still like 95%. The IMDb score is like 7.2. That's ass. That's supposed to be an 8. I'm thinking about it like a Marvel movie. You know that there's going to be fans. The fans are going to come out and they're going to scream no matter what.
Sure, but here's what I think is the normie reaction. Oh, I really liked this film. Maybe I didn't like it quite as much as the first, but hey, it smashed at the box office. It's Wicked. They make one movie, and I think this will do well at the Academy Awards because the first one did well. It's just part 2 of the first one, so therefore it is all coming together.
That sure sounds like someone that's going to vote for it in their top 3 slots.
What about some people who are just like, hey, I really liked both the films. So
I know that they exist, and the Critics' Choice is full.
But here's what I don't agree with: the people who are like, oh, Return of the King. The idea like, oh, it's the second one, so now it's our chance to reward it. Like, as if the rewards for the first film didn't count at all, as if like, it didn't matter that it got all those nominations. The second film, if anything, is going to suffer in comparison to the first
Always
one.
happens.
They're not going to
happen with Dune and Lord of the Rings.
I don't think they're going to say, wow, like we just need to recognize like what Wicked is in the culture and like how amazing it is, and we're just going to nominate the second film, shower it with nominations just because of that. Like, no, I think they're going to consider it in a standalone fashion. And I think we need to start with that. Like, I think we should be on the same page about that. It's not going to get boosted. I mean, it is boosted in a way because the first one did so well in terms of profile and like awards buzz. But I think they will evaluate it ultimately based on how good it is, whether it's one of their favorite films.
Was it a disappointment? Is the buzz sour?
See, no, I don't think it's a disappointment.
It was absolutely like unanimously a disappointment.
Unanimously,
this movie is considered a disappointment. I didn't have high expectations. Avatar, Lord of the Rings, and Dune. All the sequels to those movies, the second films, were in conversation with like, okay, this is on par, like negligible difference with the first film. This is more like Wakanda Forever. I'll say it again. People knew that it did not live up to Black Panther. And it made $1 billion, which, this is making $1 billion. And the audience gave it an A on Cinema Score. The thing that haunts me is that I know it's going to get MBR. I know it's going to get AFI. I know it's going to get Critics' Choice, and it will probably get Golden Globe. And it's also getting Astra for whatever
SAG Ensemble, maybe.
The guilds are coming at a time that is later and not like during this fever. Because we're still in the fever.
Yeah,
and that I think that fever is going to die out. Like,
see, I can see this because if you do like a graph of like the first film and the hype, it was like, whoa, like, it's winning Best Picture. And then people like calm down, and then it's like, okay, it still stayed pretty high because people like Wicked. And then the second one, it's like, wee, and then it's kind of like, it could easily just be like, whoa, and then go back down and then kind of, land somewhere too low. But I think, like you're saying, it will do well at the earlier like critic choice and maybe Golden Globes. Because we're in the moment. I could see like Avatar comes out and that's like the next biggest thing, and then people are like, well, that's definitely in, and it's better than Wicked or something. I don't know. I'm still a little on the fence whether it could eke into like the number 9 or 10 slot at the Oscars. Having PGA and it gets a SAG Ensemble nomination, not implausible. You'd probably
it's the kind of thing that
in.
PGA does, and then the Oscars don't do that.
It is, but but if they got a SAG Ensemble nomination on top of that, and I think Arrivo, we're about to talk about this. Arrivo is going to get a lot of nominations, precursor-wise, and there's not that much competition.
She's going to get some.
She's in a film that's at least contending for Best Picture, and is contending in many other categories.
In critics, you'll maybe see her get SAG, Critics' Choice, and Golden Globe, but then in critics groups, she will not be in the top 5. Like whereas she was in the top 5 for the first.
That's probably true. So what you're saying is, when a sequel is as good or better than the first, it gets in, and even when that happens,
then it
performs worse. But when has a sequel gotten in that was considered not as good as the first film?
Again, we said it last time. It's only The Godfather Part 3. If the bottom 3 is looking like J. Kelly, Wicked, Avatar, that's not the Oscars' bottom 3. One of their bottom 3 movies is always like fucking clutch. It's like an indie movie that we want to get in, or it's like an I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, A Women Talking, Triangle of Sadness. Like, the Oscars are not going to have Avatar, Wicked, J. Kelly as the bottom 3. It's too boring. It's too bland. They're going to throw in something fun like No Other Choice. And I guess my argument is that Wicked is the one that will go. But I'm not completely sold on it. Again, like, I agree maybe the public is fucking nuts and they're going to stay that way. But again, Oscar voting is in January. We're in November. I think that lots of things change before then. Let's get back to the video. Cynthia Erivo's in for the Critics' Choice nomination. If she missed, that'd be insane. And also, she'd be so done. Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. I think that's the indie choice that they're going to do.
That one has a ton of hype with press. People just saying like that needs to happen for the Oscar.
It kind of reminds me. It's like trying to make happen.
It's like And Out in mass.
It's like Michael Fassbender in Shame.
Even if the film doesn't show up at the Oscars, it's going to happen here.
It's Tilda for We Need to Talk About Kevin. It's that kind of thing. It just is. Emma Stone for Begonia. I think that's
Begonia is popular enough.
Yeah.
It's like a Letterboxd movie. Actually, it's a really good Letterboxd score. I think 4.0, and it's very strong.
And Chase Infinity I have at the last slot because I just feel like they're going to nominate one battle after another for absolutely everything, and that's the kind of thing that I think some people feel very strongly about that I'm seeing on like Twitter and.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
And Seyfried, like we just saw the shortlist for Critics' Choice, and Testament of Van Lee ends up on 2 of them when that movie absolutely could have been easy for cinematography and score at least, but it doesn't do that well. And part of it's because it arrived on the platform pretty late. Now, I guess that's okay because the Critics' Choice voters, actually, they just got their ballots like today. So it's a little bit of a late bloomer, I think. And also, I don't know
that matters at Critics' Choice. Late bloomer.
That's not a crowd pleaser movie.
No.
And I think the Critics' Choice are a bit of that.
No, I think the combination of it's a late bloomer and it's not the most audience-friendly movie.
It's funny that I have her at number 3 for the Oscar because I have her missing SAG and Critics' Choice. The drama actress. With the Golden Globes, it's like you got to put in everybody, and if you miss here, that's insane. Jessie Buckley is going to win. Renata Reinsva for Sentimental Value. Jennifer Lawrence, Die My Love. I think so. That movie, I saw it, and I liked it, but you were right from the beginning, buddy. The Oscars were never going to touch that movie with a 20-foot pole. Even though Jennifer Lawrence gives, like, a career highlight, like, they were never going to touch that movie.
No.
Because when it ends, everyone in the audience is like... What was I doing here?
That happened to you too?
Yeah, I wasn't at Cannes. I was at an AMC.
It got good buzz at Cannes, and that happened at Cannes. People were like, what? When it ended, they were just like, that's the end of the film?
Actually, you know what? Tessa Thompson's number 4.
Tessa Thompson.
Because Hedda actually has some positive buzz right now.
It does. And Hedda's a good film.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anyone say a really bad thing about it.
Yeah.
And it has some amazing crafts to it as well. It got shortlisted at the Critics' Choice Awards. It got some Astra nominations recently. I think Hedda is like doing a good job getting out there. It has Amazon behind it.
Yeah, I think
I don't even know what else Amazon has. I think this is their main film.
After the Hunt as well, which Julia Roberts is right here. But I put her above Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts, After the Hunt is so dead in the awards conversation.
Hugh Jackman in The Sun.
It could be like that, but Hugh Jackman in The Sun was even more Oscar bait.
He got nominated at Golden Globe Drama, is all I'm saying.
When I saw The Sun, I was like, he could still get nominated. When I saw After the Hunt, I was like, there's no way.
No, she's still like, for the Oscar, yeah, but for the Golden Globe, it's sure.
But that's what I mean. My standard was, is he getting nominated for the Oscar? Maybe. Is Julia Roberts getting nominated? Absolutely not.
It's actually so fucking funny that I have to put Jennifer Lawrence at number 3 for Die My Love. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
This is empty. Because then you have Sydney Sweeney for Christie, which is like, that had the lowest second week drop out of like any movie ever.
In wide release.
It was like, it was like 90% drop weekend to weekend.
92%.
And the opening weekend was a disaster. So that's like, it's like, oh my God.
Oh, it's in like the top 10 for like worst wide release openings. Or like worst openings in 2,000 plus screens.
Is she going to hang on for that?
Or... I really don't know. Honestly, like, we have a lot of options here. This is a very interesting category.
We do and we don't. You could do Laura Dern and Is This Thing On? There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, It feels like it should be in comedy.
Yeah, but it was submitted in drama, and she's very good in it, and the film's good. The film's solid, you know? It's not like a best film, but it's very good.
In some ways, maybe she's in better standing than
she's like
Sydney Sweeney.
I think she's lead. It's fine, but she's like debatably supporting. Like if they threw her in supporting, people wouldn't really think about it. So I'm kind of like, maybe we're going down the list because we should. When they're down to like 2 contenders that barely make sense, then they can throw in just about anybody, right? That's why I have like Lucy Liu for Rosemead in here. She did attend the Governor's Ball, so they are giving her a campaign for that film. It's a small film, and I haven't seen it myself, but people on Letterboxd say she is a standout in it, even though the film is like...
I think she could get in with a better studio. I just don't really see much happening. It's way too quiet.
It's a little too quiet. I'm really looking at Jodie Foster in A Private Life.
People don't care about that movie at all.
They don't care about it, but Jodie Foster's in it. This used to be the logic for the Golden Globes. It was like, you don't even need to know what the movie is. As long as there's a celebrity in it, people will that might get campaigned.
Honestly, who they should do is Sally Hawkins and bring her back. And then I guess Julia Garner for Weapons is like kind of a thing, but that would be absolutely shocking to me.
I don't think it would be that shocking because Weapons is an awards film and they are campaigning it. Do you think Madigan's getting a nomination at Golden Globe?
Yeah.
Okay, so in other words, they're going to see Weapons. And
I think it's Lone Madigan.
I mean, it might be, but there's also a lead actress in there they could nominate, and she's very good in it.
Best actress, comedy, or musical. Who do we have winning? Because I actually have to take Cynthia Erivo down from the number 1 slot, and I think that it'll go like this. If Testament of Van Lee gets into comedy, musical, picture, then Amanda Seyfried might win. If it doesn't, then Rose Byrne has a real shot.
But why don't you think Cynthia Erivo has any shot to win?
Well, I guess she could because the movie might get in.
You know, I don't know how close she is to the Oscar, like we were saying.
The old Globes would have given it to Erivo, but the new Globes, I feel like, would do something else. I mean, Emma Stone was really fucking good in Begonia.
I don't think she's gonna win.
I think she's won for other things, and she doesn't have to. If you polled film Twitter, I think they'd say Rose Byrne. I don't know how seriously I take that.
You know what's funny is I feel like what you have to do here is go, who's most likely to win the Oscar? I think Amanda Seyfried might have the best chance of ranking for the Oscar, of placing. So why would I not have her?
That's actually what I think.
Right.
Chase Infinity, I think, is getting nominated. Shouldn't be too hard for her. And, I mean, I do have Kate Hudson at number 6. The old Globes would have absolutely done that. They would have done, like, Hugh Jackman, maybe. The only other person I think makes any sense for the 6th slot is Eva Victor for Sorry Baby.
What about June Squibb for Eleanor the Great?
What about what that is?
Dakota Johnson for Materialist?
Absolutely not. Get that away from me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Absolutely not. Eva Victor doing that is like that, you know.
Greta Gerwig for
Frances Ha.
Frances Ha, yeah.
Yeah, I think that she could get in.
She should get in.
If something else was really weak, but I think Kate Hudson's strong enough that it'd be kind of shocking if she didn't even get the Golden Globe. But then I'd be like, holy fuck, the new Globes with their taste putting in Eva Victor, like, whoa.
That could happen, though. It could.
But Kate Hudson is very good. Like, she didn't do anything wrong in that movie. For SAG, this is where, like, if Cynthia Erivo missed, it'd be like, whoa,
No, not gonna happen.
Why couldn't she be like Fantasia Barrino, Color Purple, where that movie got ensemble and supporting actress?
It's a very thin category.
Thin category.
We got Jessie Buckley winning. Cynthia Erivo was thought to be the dark horse here, but now that Wicked for Good is like...
I actually have her number 2. Even though I was like, oh, maybe she'll get snubbed. I'm like, I have her at number 2.
That's the thing. Why do you have her at number 2 and then you have her not getting the Oscar nomination?
Oh, Lady Gaga Hasaguchi, right? Like she was like...
Oh, yeah. She won.
Margot Robbie was a no-brainer for SAG, and she didn't get nominated for the Oscar either.
Okay, well, Renata Reinsva for Sentimental Value, that is not a lock. That's actually not a lock. I could see them overlooking her for no good reason, but we're like, guys, it's okay. It's like Sandra Hüller in Anatomy of a Fall. It's all good. She's going to get the BAFTA nomination. She'll be okay. Now, Rose Byrne...
The movie doesn't have like great audience scores, and that makes fucking sense. And it is a little bizarre and off-putting for like audiences, and SAG likes a movie that you can cheer at. But, you know, I guess Rose Byrne, she has a good narrative. SAG nominates more things that are outside of like the 10 Best Picture contenders than the Oscars do. I just feel like she has a good narrative for it that actors would like. I'm not sure if that's enough.
Kate Hudson, you ever in?
I think SAG makes sense because that is where movies that people pretend don't exist show up. You know what I mean? Like The Good Nurse and like The Last Showgirl. Like Jamie Lee Curtis, Last Showgirl, that's not a real thing. Come on, guys.
Didn't Nyad show up here too?
Oh, Nyad double showed up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that would happen at SAG.
Emma Stone and Begonia. That feels like it would happen at SAG. If that missed SAG, if she missed, I would say Begonia is very dead for Best Picture.
Why wouldn't she be more likely than Rose Byrne? Right?
She probably is.
When I watched that, I was like, does everything you need, like excellent performance, like you killed it again, congratulations Emma Stone. It's a lot more visible than If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, isn't it? What if I just do Buckley, Erivo, Reinsva, Stone, Byrne, because that's close to what I think the Oscar lineup might look like, and that's what you want for SAG, isn't it?
I'll take out Reinsva and just put in Stone, Hudson, Byrne.
No, don't take out Reinsva, you fucking lunatic.
Why?
I think that they know what sentimental value is. The industry knows. It's not like an elusive foreign film that no one's talking about. Sentimental Value is getting a lot of Critics' Choice nominations, and Anatomy of a Fall didn't get picture.
But you said it yourself. I mean, Sentimental Value could show up short at SAG.
A little bit short, but I think it'll get some.
I think SAG is going to be very difficult to predict this year. I'll say that.
I'm taking out Rose Byrne. The movie's not audience friendly, and it's an indie movie, and it didn't make that much money. Like, why is SAG going out for that? I don't know. Like, I know they did Queer, but The Apprentice was really like having a tough time with its campaign.
Chase Infinity does have a chance.
You can
do
Chase Infinity.
I think it's a younger voting body. They have influencers in there now. It's younger.
It's not a name though.
Seyfried.
SAG likes names.
Ann Lee feels like a film that would not do well with SAG voters because think about how The Brutalist only got one nomination.
What about Spencer?
I really don't think Ann Lee is going to show up here, given that The Brutalist didn't, and then it's less than The Brutalist.
BAFTA, we got Jessie Buckley, Renata Reinsva, they'll surely get in. Amanda Seyfried, Emma Stone.
Erivo? This is where Erivo could get snubbed.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Erivo
what about Rose Byrne here? I think Rose Byrne makes sense.
I'm not sure. Why does she make sense?
Because I think she could get in everywhere except for the Oscar.
And she's not getting in everywhere except for the Oscar. That's crazy. BAFTA could nominate Jennifer Lawrence for Die My Love because they cherish Lynn Ramsey. But that is a bizarre movie. So I have Chase Infinity because...
Really?
Look, I don't know if this is just a jury thing, but the jury used to nominate the younger performances all the time.
Right.
But maybe it's just
like a jury thing.
I'm going to say like that was such a pattern that maybe I do feel like Chase Infinity could get the BAFTA.
I think it's fair. Do you think Kate Hudson could get BAFTA, or that's just not going to happen at all?
Fuck no. Saoirse Ronan
but
for
why
Bad
wouldn't
Apples.
Erivo make it? I mean, she's British. And then in that case, she has everything.
Viola Davis and Lady Gaga and Margot Robbie had everything too. I don't know. I could put in Rose Byrne and just say like sorry to Erivo because I really feel like the BAFTAs are going to under-nominate Wicked to a severe degree. So I feel like Erivo will miss BAFTA, and I don't know for who, but I'm going to put in Rose Byrne for now.
Yeah. If anything, this category, it turns out, is really hard to predict because there's so few films in here that are in Best Picture, therefore there are so few locks. There might only be 2 films in here in Best Picture.
Best Actor, Critics' Choice. Now, this I will probably change a lot due to whatever Astra does, because I take seriously if, like, Astra is just not fucking going for Begonia, or if they do really like Train Dreams. Like, those are things I would take into account. But for Critics' Choice, we got Timothée Chalamet, Leonardo DiCaprio, Michael B. Jordan. Everyone should agree that those are all getting nominated at Critics' Choice. Then I have George Clooney for Jay Kelly, which is my understanding that a lot of people don't think this is happening, and they think that the Critics' Choice are going to whiff on Jay Kelly. First of all, the Astros are gearing up to nominate Jay Kelly. We know this. That got nominated for Score. And I feel like you're not just nominating that for score and not nominating that for picture. It's going to get supporting actor, it's going to get actor, it's going to get picture. Jay Kelly is again, it's a movie that we did end up putting in Critics' Choice last video because we said that is the kind of movie that's getting campaigned so hard, and Critics' Choice just kind of like go with what's getting campaigned. And there is some passion for it.
But that doesn't mean they're going to nominate George Clooney.
Why?
They didn't nominate Fantasia Barrino for The Color Purple, despite that getting in picture. Sometimes they just sleep on certain nominations for a film, but they'll nominate it in Best Film.
The Color Purple was like, they barely fucking nominated that in Best Film, though.
You can say that about Jay Kelly, though.
I'm not sure. I feel like Jay Kelly might even
also,
be like
where is George Clooney's buzz? Where is it?
Where is it? The entire movie.
No, I think that he's great in the film, but I don't see anybody talking about him. They're like, it's George Clooney doing what George Clooney does.
No. People like him.
I like him.
It's just so obvious to me that like that he comes with Jay Kelly.
I'll say this. I do have him in because I don't know who else.
And then at number 5, Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon. I do think that is a critic's performance that they'll go out for. My only concern is that it hasn't been seen that much.
I mean, that could hurt it for Critics' Choice, but I also think Ethan Hawke is gearing up a really strong campaign for this.
It does seem like
and
that.
he is transforming. Like, if you've seen Blue Moon, you know that it's the kind of performance that just kind of screams Oscar. Give me the Oscar.
I think Sony Pictures Classics is gearing up a campaign similar to that they did with Antonio Banderas for Pain and Glory or Bill Nye for Living for Ethan Hawke here. And I feel like that will work. I have Jesse Plemons in for Begonia, maybe.
Yeah. I have him.
If he missed, it'd be fucking devastating. I'm going to put him on my top 3. He is excellent, and critics are talking about him. Can Begonia get Best Actor and Best Actress at Critics' Choice and Miss Picture?
Probably.
Maybe it can happen.
Probably.
Critics, I think, are going to try to go out for Jesse Plemons here. They like him a lot. They post clips of him from movies all the time. I don't know why I think that Critics' Choice is film Twitter, but I guess they kind of are.
They kind of are.
Joel Edgerton for Train Dreams is stealthily number 7. Mm-hmm. Like, that movie is surging right now. People are talking about it because it just came out on Netflix. It's doing pretty well. Like, the audience scores are decent. It's like in the 80s with Rotten Tomatoes and 7.6 IMDb. And Netflix is, I think they are doing a good job with it. People who like the movie will go out for him. So my hypothesize is this. Train Dreams and Picture comes along with Joel Edgerton and Best Actor, and they're coupled. So right now I have Train Dreams at like 11 for Picture at CCA, and so I have them both not getting in. But I think they'll come in as a pair or stay out as a pair.
I have Leave Beyond Hung at number 8. No Other Choice could do quite well at Critics' Choice. They just shortlisted it in 4 categories, including editing and production design.
I think it is getting
casting.
It is going to get editing.
So, I think that's going to get a couple nominations.
It could get editing and adapted screenplay, and at that point,
if it performs really well, which maybe it could, there's a lot of passion for that film, then it could slip into Best Actor, but I think he is a long shot prospect for the film, even if the film is strong. So I can't really have him in the top 6.
Dwayne Johnson for Smashing Machine. I feel like it's so dead, but I feel like the Critics' Choice could maybe do that.
Yeah.
Wagner Moore, Secret Agent. I have him for Oscar, don't worry, guys, but this is just not where he's going to get nominated. I'd be shocked if the Critics' Choice were not only like paying enough attention to Secret Agent, considering they look, they snubbed Sandra Hore in Anatomy of a Fall. We say it again. What are you going to do? Like, how would they not nominate that, but then nominate Wagner Moore as Secret Agent? Like, I think he'll be
nominated
okay.
Antonio Banderas for Pain and Glory.
I think it's a little different. He's a little bit more well-known. It's not impossible. I'll put him at number 8 above Dwayne Johnson.
If he gets in here, he's very strong. Very strong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I think he might win the Golden Globe. That's going to make him pretty strong. Jeremy Allen White's fucking dead. Holy shit. 0.
Yeah.
Short, long list on Critics' Choice we didn't even mention, by the way. 0. Not sound. Not nothing. And I guess Oscar Isaac for Frankenstein.
And then Daniel Day-Lewis.
Ha! Let's talk about that next, because Golden Globe drama, because I'm like, holy shit, is Daniel Day-Lewis going to miss?
Really?
No one's talked about that movie since it premiered, but let's go through the list. I think Wagner Moura, if it's down to him and Michael B. Jordan, they would be the obvious 2 out front, as they are most likely to get the Oscar nominations. And I think Wagner Moura will win the Golden Globe. Similar to Fernando Torres. Why not? The Golden Globes are more international, and they like to do these clutch picks now. And I'll be happy to see it. He was fucking great in that movie. Those are locks. I guess, considering the damn field, you can say that Joel Edgerton is nearly locked for Train Dreams here.
Yeah. I think he'll get in. I could argue that he's number 3.
I would argue that he's number 3 at this point.
Because, man, you look at these other contenders and you say, okay, I don't know about you, Daniel Day-Lewis in Anemone? Do they even believe in Anemone focus features? I guess they should campaign him. I think he's good enough to get a nomination, obviously.
I mean...
Then there's Dwayne Johnson. Like you said, Smashing Machine. I think he'll get in here, honestly.
Dwayne Johnson will get in.
Fine.
He's number 4.
Fine. Jeremy Allen White, he should get in, but I think the perception is that Springsteen is R.I.P. and everybody believes that, and everyone's like, I don't really care about that movie anyway, so like, good riddance. Like no one's like, no, but like this element of the film, no one cares.
I know that nobody cares, but I still think in this field, I think you maybe want to have him in,
probably.
And then at number 6 is where I'm like, really, Daniel Day-Lewis? Like,
sure.
Did they even show that movie to anybody?
Sure,
like,
though.
I think sure though is a fun enough reason.
You host a screening.
Let's look at the alts. Okay.
The alts are like...
It's Colin Farrell, Ballad of a Small Player, which, I feel like Netflix fucking gave up on that movie or something. Like, that's a rotten on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay? So that's absolutely over. Even though he's really good in that. And he would be deserving. Russell Crowe in Nuremberg. I mean, to the extent in which that movie even exists.
Yeah, I mean, Nuremberg is, they're lightly campaigning, I think.
And hey, and SPC, look, there's Sony Pictures Classics. We know they go straight for the Globes.
I think someone could show up for Nuremberg. And by someone, I mean Russell Crowe and Rami Malek are both lead actor. They're both very good in it. Honestly, if Russell Crowe went supporting, I'd be like, watch out, guys. That could be like Christopher Plummer in All the Money in the World. But they weirdly chose to do a dual campaign for lead. I don't think it's going to work for Russell Crowe, but, he's actually really good in it.
Oscar Isaac for Frankenstein. I mean, let's consider this, man. I actually think that could be stronger than we think. Because Frankenstein itself is just so strong. And Oscar Isaac's good in it. It's not like... I mean, I know that he feels like a non-contender for Best Actor, but when we're looking at Jeremy Allen White for Springsteen, like, are we sure that Oscar Isaac can't budge into here?
But does anyone care about Oscar Isaac in that movie? I feel like people don't really like him.
I know, but the movie people like.
Right, but people really don't
and he's
care
famous.
but people don't care about that.
He's a famous actor people
like. The Golden Globes don't care about fame anymore.
Yeah.
They would rather nominate somebody exciting than nominate him.
Okay, but
it's not an exciting pick.
But this entire 6, like, Dwayne Johnson, Jeremy Allen White, and then, like, they're not that exciting, are they?
If they were really cool, they'd do Sergi Lopez for Seurat.
And I wouldn't rule it out. And I wouldn't rule it out. I mean, honestly, that doesn't make that much sense to me.
It doesn't make that much sense.
Like, I like him in the movie. It's not a performance that contends for awards.
Yeah.
Will Arnett, and this is this thing on, though. He's really good in that.
Yeah.
And he would have had a shot in comedy, but...
Yeah.
I don't know why it feels weird that he's like in the wrong category. Like, he's playing a stand-up comedian in a dramedy, and it's in drama. It's weird. It just feels wrong. I mean, we could see a lineup where it's Will Arnett and like Oscar Isaac, and it's like, shit. They just didn't go for Anemone and Springsteen because no one gives a fuck about those movies.
Yeah. I'll throw out that Vahid Mobaseri for It Was Just an Accident could get in. It wouldn't make that much sense. Yeah. They'd really have to be thinking outside the box.
I don't think so. Because I don't even think that he's the standout of the movie. Yeah. I think there are other supporting performances that pop a little more than him, even though I like everybody in it.
Yeah.
Musical comedy actor, you got Timothée Chalamet. You got DiCaprio. You have Jesse Plemons in Begonia. I feel like that easily should happen, and he's great. George Clooney and Jay Kelly. That's going to happen, isn't it?
I think that would happen.
It's going to happen.
Hawke and Blue Moon's going to happen.
I know. Ethan Hawke's going to happen.
And then there's Lee Byung-hun for No Other Choice, which we hope will happen.
This is the 6 that I my feeling is that I will probably be predicting this 6 going into the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
And this is the stronger category. Lee Byung-hun getting in, I mean, there are so many slots, and the Golden Globes, if they're going to go clutch and do No Other Choice in comedy, which I think they will, and with that Critics' Choice performance, getting an editing nomination at Critics' Choice, you think that an international movie is getting an editing nomination at Critics' Choice, and it's not going to have the path to Best Picture? So you think? They can go for Lee Byung-hun. He's a really exciting pick to vote for in the international body. Like, they got to get people like this in there. I feel like that's what they're for. Now, Daniel Craig, I got an FYC book the other day in the mail, and it said Josh O'Connor lead, Wake Up Dead Man. And I was like, oh my God, Josh O'Connor's going lead, Craig's going supporting. Then I get an email for Critics' Choice voters that says Daniel Craig actor, Josh O'Connor best supporting actor. And so I guess we're doing Daniel Craig and best actor. Like, I guess that's the way to go.
I will say, it doesn't necessarily make sense that Daniel Craig's going lead here. I think Josh O'Connor is the lead in Knives Out.
He is.
Daniel Craig isn't as stand out here as he is in Glass Onion.
I agree.
That's where his performance really shines. And given Netflix's slate this year, I really don't think they're making as much of a priority of Wake Up Dead Man, especially because Glass Onion, it did well at the Golden Globes, but overall, it wasn't worth putting their chips into. Craig got into the other years because the category was more slim. I would say about each of the 6 actors we mentioned, they all have a chance for the Oscar. And their films, except for Blue Moon, all have a chance in Best Picture. I could not say that about Wake Up Dead.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think that Daniel Craig is going to miss this time.
Yeah.
And he's also less exciting. Like, the performance is less exciting.
There's also Brendan Fraser for Rental Family. I mean, Rental Family is campaigning, despite a great loss of not placing for the People's Choice Award. He's really good in the film. Channing Tatum for Roofman. Like, these are all kind of long shots. Joaquin Phoenix for Eddington. I actually have him at number 7.
No, put Robert Pattinson above that.
Robert Pattinson for Mickey 17.
Mickey 17.
Hugh Jackman, Song Sung Blue. Like, these are all, I don't know even where to rank them.
I'll say this.
That's why the top 6 is so solid.
Hugh Jackman goes really, really hard in Song Sung Blue. Like, he sings, he's like, he's like having heart attacks. Like,
is it Wolverine?
No, he's just being like a man who's like, ha ha, like all the time. And I honestly think it's a little too much.
Yeah.
But he's doing a lot of acting here. And I think the old Globes would have gone for him. Yeah. I'll say that.
All right.
So I have him in the 10. I really like that top 6. And I feel like the Golden Globes, you can kind of get the picks that you want in there a little bit. And I feel like people are just defaulting to Craig because he got in for the last 2. It's not a bad reason, but this year there's a lot here. I mean, even I'm looking at Channing Tatum for Roofman and Pattinson for Mickey 17, and I'm saying these guys could have gotten in certain years, but it's a crowded category. And so for SAG, we got Timmy, DiCaprio, Michael B. Jordan.
Yep.
That's no-brainers, right? I am going to have George Clooney in for Jay Kelly, which I have in SAG Ensemble. I feel like I have no choice. And yes, I do believe in Jay Kelly now.
The critic reviews got better. It has a 67 on Metacritic with
It didn't get that much better.
It has like 4 100s though.
The 4 100s I did.
So there have been it is the kind of film that some people are going to love and they're going to connect with it personally. And honestly, even though I was mixed on the film and I thought it was a little clunky, it has left an impact. It's a little bit blunt, but what it says is important.
I like Jay Kelly too. I
have like a positive.
I'm not like mad about it.
I think it's just. I think there's going to be goodwill for the film. Then I have either Jesse Plemons for Begonia, which doesn't feel right.
No.
Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon. I could put him in.
Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon makes sense to me. Like, I think he could get in nearly everywhere. I mean,
these are 4 right now.
I could see him missing SAG. I could see him missing SAG. But let's find the alternatives. Like, who's a better pick?
Maybe Dwayne Johnson pops up here.
I agree that could happen. Jeremy Allen White, though, even him. Now, listen,
I think it's dead.
Hi, let's just talk about this. Taron Egerton, Rocketman. Jennifer Hudson for Respect. They will nominate all the music biopics.
Yeah.
So the question is this Bob Marley One Love level fucking dead?
I think it is.
Yeah, I agree.
You agree?
I don't think he's going to get in.
Wow.
For SAG even.
And like Day-Lewis for Anemone is not getting in SAG at
Oh
all.
my
Like,
goodness,
never.
delete that.
But Brendan Fraser for Rental Family, Long Shot. Yeah, I think it's Ethan Hawke.
There's just like, you're not getting Wagner Moura here.
Look,
like,
some people think that Ethan Hawke is winning the Oscar because they're like, I don't know, they just can't fathom that Timothée Chalamet is going to win the Oscar for Marty Supreme, which is a great film.
Oh, he so is.
Best Picture.
He is.
And they're like, well, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that we're going to have one of those like Julianne Moore in Still Alice years, which doesn't happen that often anymore.
And especially in the male acting category, it doesn't happen a lot. Best Actor at SAG, very accurate with the Oscar for Best Actor, often 5 out of 5, often 4 out of 5. So, yeah, you're going to want to put Ethan Hawke in here, I think, because you think he's getting the Oscar nomination. And, you know, Wagner Moura is probably going to be the one that takes somebody out, and that will be maybe George Clooney or Michael B. Jordan. And then at BAFTA, I have Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another, Robert Aramayo for I Swear.
Holy shit.
I said it last video. That's
a lot of people are putting him in.
That's 11, because I said
11% of people are putting him in.
Well, I got people on that, but I'm telling you, like, that's like their coda. That's the UK's coda. It's my belief that will actually do well at BAFTA. Maybe it won't. Maybe I'm fucking wrong, okay? And it will get on a couple shortlists and Best British Film, whatever, but it just won't go all the way. Well,
I don't think Ethan Hawke has to get in here. Is that weird?
I don't think he has to, but I think he might. Is Daniel Day-Lewis getting in for Anemone at BAFTA?
No.
No? But it's British. Is Michael B. Jordan getting in for Sinners? He doesn't have to. I don't think he has to. Is Wagner Moore getting in for The Secret Agent at BAFTA? I can't tell. They didn't.
I think they would get in.
They didn't.
I think he would get in.
Torres didn't get longlisted, man. And Penelope Cruz. Remember when she got the Oscar nomination? She didn't even get longlisted. The Secret Agent
is doing a better job than both those films did in early season campaigning.
It is, but
it's doing very.
I would say BAFTAs in general they seem more partial to European cinema than like South American.
Oh, I agree with that.
So that's where I'm like, I don't know.
I still think Wagner Moore is going to get in. You think he's going to show up nowhere except for the Globe?
That's the thing.
Well, okay, except for a Globe win. I could see that.
Yeah, but then that's the thing. It's like, eh.
But I think he's very strong at this point in the year.
I think he's strong, yeah.
I mean, I'll put him in because I don't see a lot of guarantees here. Right? So I can put him in here. Jesse Plemons and Begonia.
See, I feel like he actually would happen at BAFTA. But
I could see it.
But I'm just saying, if Begonia's fading out by this time, I feel like it's not going to be strong enough for Jesse Plemons to get into BAFTA. But I also agree that it seems like he would. But then Jesse Plemons is having everything except for SAG. That's really strong. Is he going to be that strong?
This is going to be an interesting lineup. Do you think Michael B. Jordan will get in?
I feel like he would get snubbed.
I think he might miss as well. Because they do tend to whiff on African-American films, as we've said repeatedly.
They don't give a fuck about Ryan Coogler.
Well, that's Black Panther. What do you think about Lee Byung-hun? Because
he might get longlisted.
He's going to get longlisted probably, and then Joel Edgerton for Train Dreams? I don't know.
No, not a BAFTA.
Train Dreams is very much an American indie film.
I think so.
Alan White, again, right? Just kind of a dead fish.
So what if my lineup is Chalamet, DiCaprio, Hawk, Mora, Aramayo, and Daniel Day-Lewis?
That's fine.
It's like fine.
You can do it.
I don't know. We'll see.
What about George Clooney? I think the BAFTAs are not going to care that much about George Clooney or Jay Kelly in general.
Yeah,
like it might miss a bunch of. It might miss shortlist for best film.
I think it's not going to make film.
I think Jay Kelly does really well with the guilds.
Yep.
And then BAFTA doesn't care, and then the Oscars go for it. It does well. Guilds and Critics' Choice. If it did really well at both of those, I would be like, wow, that's in for Best Picture. I loved him in Jay Kelly. I thought it was one of the best performances of the year.
He's so that movie that I actually think he might... You gotta watch I don't know why people are like insisting that he's not going to come along if the movie's in Best Picture.
I think because people haven't said a lot about him. They're like, oh, Adam Sandler's great, and George Clooney, I didn't care. Like,
wait till it comes out on Netflix. I don't know.
I don't believe in the whole like you're autopiloting your performance idea. I like how there's no debate about Robert Aramayo. I mean, he's playing a man with Tourette's and he doesn't have Tourette's. What else do you need to say?
People love him in it too.
What more do you need to say about that?
Yeah.
Just a reminder that, I think Award Expert, I think we're on track to be the largest prediction platform actually, and even surpass Gold Derby. And I would just love to be able to say that more people are predicting in Award Expert than Gold Derby this year. And we were very close last year, believe it or not. And I also am offering a way to support Award Expert with the Award Expert Plus tier, which I will be adding features to soon. And if you are looking for a way to support the project, that would mean a lot. And I really want to thank the current supporters of Award Expert. It not only literally keeps the app running for everybody because it is hundreds of dollars a month to maintain the app, but it also is just a really strong signal of support for me as the developer, and it's very motivating. So thank you for your support.
Best Supporting Actor. Now this I think we can breeze through. I think it's actually kind of easy. I don't think there's a lot of fringe contenders. So Critics' Choice. I don't know who's winning. Actually, it depends how well Sentimental Value does.
Yeah.
Sean Penn, Stellan Skarsgård, Paul Mescal. We know they're getting nominated everywhere.
Benicio del Toro's number 4.
Adam Sandler is so getting into Critics' Choice that I can't even handle it.
Well, I think Benicio del Toro is so getting into Critics' Choice because they love to over-nominate the films that they care about.
I'm not thinking twice. I don't even disagree with you. And you also agree Jacob Elordi is absolutely getting into Critics' Choice.
Right. So I have Adam Sandler at number 6.
This is going to be the no-brainer 6. I gotta say,
yeah.
Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein is totally the kind of thing that critics are going to try to push because it's a unique performance, and they're going to love Frankenstein. All I have to say is good luck. The Sinners guys are not they just does not feel like anything's happening with the Sinners.
I would love for Delroy Lindo to get in, but I can't make an argument against those other contenders, unfortunately.
Yeah. Jonathan Bailey didn't get in for the first Wicked.
Jonathan Bailey is not more of a standout.
Honestly,
here.
Nobody else.
Jeremy Strong's dead. Miles Caton, same thing. I mean, if you want to say Delroy Lindo and Miles Caton are 7 and 8, I agree with you. But
Jeremy Strong is not happening.
Josh O'Connor, no one knows if he's supporting or lead in Wake Up Dead Man. It also weirdly missed the casting ensemble short.
Wake Up Dead Man's not contending for any acting awards.
Yeah.
It's not Glenn Close. It's not Josh O'Connor. I just don't think so. So Golden Globes, I think it's the exact same 6.
You think Elordi's going to continue there? I don't know.
I think Elordi is close.
I'll tell you this, I do have that. And because I don't see any contenders that are here but not at Critics' Choice, I'm inclined to agree with you.
Exact same 6.
Keep that for now.
Exact same 6.
Oh, you know what? You know who I don't want to count out, though?
For Globe.
I don't want to count, in general. I don't want to count out Billy Crudup.
Count him out.
For Jay Kelly.
You can count him out.
I don't want to count him out.
I don't think so. Yeah, next is SAG. This is where, unfortunately, you're going into SAG, okay? You got the same 6 has been nominated at Golden Globe and Critics' Choice. You have to take out one of them. And to me, that's where I'm going to have to say, sorry, Elordi. Like, I actually really feel like the SAG would go for you. I really feel like they would. I mean, I don't know. They did Kate Blanchett for Nightmare Alley. Completely different type of performance, though. But if SAG's going to like Jay Kelly and they nominated Adam Sandler for Hustle, Adam Sandler's getting into SAG. Is Benicio del Toro vulnerable at SAG?
I feel like he could get in everywhere because I've seen this poll conducted before, and I conducted it myself on Twitter. Got like over 1,000 responses to who do you like better, Sean Penn or Benicio del Toro? Basically a coin toss. Like, I think it was Sean Penn was like slightly higher than Benicio del Toro. That's pretty stunning. I kind of consider him a staple of the category at this point. People love that man, and they love his performance, and that's that. And it's in the Best Picture potential winning film. So I think that's your 4. And then you can throw in...
Adam Sandler's 4. I'm going to say that's the Oscar 5.
Wait, what about BAFTA? You didn't do BAFTA.
Yeah, we'll go to BAFTA. This is so funny. I have the same 6 that I did at the other ones.
Wait. Adam Sandler for Jay Kelly at the BAFTA? No.
Tell me for who? Peter Mullan for I Swear.
Who's that?
I don't know. He got nominated for the British Independent Film Award. And he's been nominated for BAFTA TV Awards before. Sure. But I don't know if I'm going to go crazy with that movie.
But if they don't care about Jay Kelly, Adam Sandler's not going to get in.
Usually, I would say...
Maybe they don't even...
If something's a really strong Oscar contender, they'll nominate it for like 1 or 2 awards.
Jacoby Jupe... Just to illustrate, though, that this is actually a weird category. Jacoby Jupe is number 7 on Award Expert.
Because the jury would have done him. The jury would have fucking nominated Jacoby Jupe.
And then Andrew Scott for Blue Moon is also at 20%. I don't think Andrew Scott has a very good shot.
He doesn't do that much. He's good. I didn't think that much of it. I was like, really? That's
the conclusion here is that it's pretty thin.
I'm just gonna put the 6 people that I said. I'm gonna put Jacob Elordi.
I don't think Adam Sandler gets in though.
Why?
Because I think they're gonna not care about Jay Kelly. It's gonna be like the Fablemans.
I mean, I guess I think you're right about that. I just don't know who else.
Sean Bean and Anemone, not gonna happen.
Alexander Skarsgård for Pillion.
That would be great. He was really good in that.
Fucking put in Jacoby Jupe if you want. BAFTAs might go apeshit for Hamnet. Supporting actress, Critics' Choice. I do have Ariana Grande winning because I think they love Wicked. That's the early thing in the year that people think is happening. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. And then I have Amy Madigan Weapons absolutely getting Critics' Choice.
I think she might win Critics' Choice, actually. I really think she might win.
Teyana Taylor. See, the thing with Teyana Taylor is, like, I don't know if it feels like everybody's on the Teyana Taylor train. Whereas I feel if Amy Madigan has a little push behind her, if people think that can happen, they will get on the train. They will get on board. I'm putting Inga above Elle Fanning.
Really? For Critics' Choice, though?
I'm just seeing way more buzz for Inga. I'm just seeing way more people talking about that.
Fine.
And I think they're both getting in. I'm not going to say it's in trouble just because of the couple long list omissions.
I think it's possible one of them gets snubbed here.
Critics' Choice does a lot of double noms, though.
I don't know.
And this is like a highly anticipated.
Well, here's another double nom you could do, though. Regina Hall for One Battle After.
Oh, I have her as well. Don't worry.
But here's the danger of what you're doing.
What? 2 double
Here's the danger. No. That's not dangerous. That's okay. What could actually happen is that someone from Marty Supreme makes it in because.
Oh yeah.
Marty Supreme is going to be a hit, and I think Gwyneth Paltrow is a force to be reckoned with.
Can I make
because
a silly
of
argument?
who she is?
Can I make a silly little argument to you?
Yeah.
People don't know what's going on with that because the movie hasn't come out. They don't know what to do yet. They don't know if it's a go on like Gwyneth Paltrow or if we need to be getting behind Odessa Zion. Like people don't know what's going on.
That's true.
Yet. I want to post you that Wunmi Mosaku might do really like Critics' Choice. I think they're gonna go ham on Sinners, and I just saw that they did like a talk. And who was at the talk? Michael B. Jordan, Wunmi Mosaku. And in some ways, she might be stronger than like a lot of the supporting men.
I hear her shouted out a lot as one of people's favorite performances. Critics' Choice can nominate something that doesn't translate elsewhere. Like, I don't know if Regina Hall is going to translate anywhere else.
I don't know either. Why do we have Regina Hall? Let's explain.
Because One Battle is so strong, they might over-nominate it. But they also might over-nominate Sinners. They might give Sinners a couple extra nominations where it wasn't thought to get Yeah.
Regina Hall, I really like her in it. I like her a lot in it. I don't think the character feels complete enough where I would vote for that. And I'm a little confused why other people feel that needs to happen. But I see like a lot of traction for her, or like people saying, I want this to happen. Make this happen, please. And when I see that, sometimes I think CCA likes to kind of like try to make that thing happen.
But I think that's similar for Wumi Musaku as well. I think they're really going to like Sinners too, though.
Golden Globes is also really hard. So I do think that Amy Madigan will continue to run at the Golden Globes. I think Teyana Taylor's in. I think Ingrid Lilius is easily in at the Golden Globes. Like, if anywhere, holy shit, she's getting in there. Ariana Grande I have. And Elle Fanning I think is fine. The last slot, I don't think they're doing Regina Hall. I don't think they're going to do Wunmi Musaku. And I feel like one of the Marty Supreme actresses is going to show up.
That makes sense.
I don't know who it's going to be, though. Because I feel like Gwyneth Paltrow is the industry pick for Marty Supreme. And Odessa Zion is like the critics pick.
I think Gwyneth is going to overtake her because if you look at Everything Ever All at Once, even though everybody generally liked Stephanie Sue better, and it was kind of obvious that she was better, in my opinion, Jamie Lee Curtis took every single nomination, didn't miss a beat, and I think that's kind of like what's going on here. I think it speaks to the fact that, you know, being established is more important than being the best performance sometimes.
Yeah, but do the Golden Globes care about this?
Yeah, probably.
I feel like Gwyneth Paltrow will surprise at SAG. But does she show up before then?
Sure. You think they're going to do Odessa Zion?
I had her in, but it doesn't feel right.
Maybe they do Emily Blunt in The Smashing Machine. I think that could appear somewhere.
Yeah, that feels a little dead to me. Or Jennifer Lopez Kisses Spider-Woman could be like a random thing that shows up.
Yeah.
I'll put in Gwyneth Paltrow, though, I guess.
Yeah, I'll put that in.
And then for SAG, I'm going to have Ariana Grande, Amy Madigan. Amy Madigan for SAG, because horror performances, and Weapons was a populist movie. And that's a great acting narrative. She started campaigning, folks. She's doing it.
I feel like she won't win SAG, though.
Who's going to win SAG? Ariana Grande? If Wicked gets 3 noms, then...
It's going to be Ariana Grande or Teyana Taylor, in my view.
I get the argument for Teyana Taylor, but I feel like it's merely an argument. I just feel like in practice, it's something with that little screen time, and this is the first people have seen of her.
Look, I have Ariana Grande winning here. And
I have her winning, too.
That's pretty huge.
Yeah, and we're losing the BAFTA.
Right, and then she loses the BAFTA, and then you're like...
to God knows who.
And then all that matters at that point is Wicked in Best Picture? If Ariana wins SAG, and then the Oscars don't nominate Wicked, it's whoever wins BAFTA, and who is that? And who is that?
Amy Madigan.
Madigan?
Huh, maybe.
I don't know. I agree it's not really Taylor.
I have Elle Fanning, which I'm like really hesitant about because... I'll give you 2 examples. Spotlight, Belfast. Both actors got nominated at Golden Globe Critics' Choice. Blanked at SAG.
Also,
what the fuck was going on?
They do. SAG sometimes has like a seizure when they have to nominate 2 actors because, like you said, that happened. And then in Poor Things, they were like, Willem Dafoe and not Mark Ruffalo. They could spaz with sentimental value actresses. They could. And I do think because they are going to be less enthusiastic about sentimental value because it's not as populist because it is international, they're going to not nominate Inga. Now, they also might not nominate Elle Fanning because of that. Like, maybe everybody sinks a little bit.
But Elle Fanning is the only member of the cast that they know, and they loved A Complete Unknown last year.
What does it have to do with A Complete Unknown? It doesn't really have much to do with it.
Her career trajectory, her finally
but also,
supporting Elle Fanning on her journey to get her first nomination.
I cannot decide whether SAG's going to like sentimental value because on one hand, it's international.
Oh my goodness, they'll like it. They like,
but on the other hand, it's about an actor. It's about actors.
Amelia Perez was an international movie. They loved it.
Elle Fanning, though, she does play an actress. I mean, there's something to relate to there.
No, I've never felt like sentimental value would have that hard of a time with SAG.
Yeah.
And I don't really get why some people are like, oh, sentimental value is being over-predicted. It's not really that strong. It's like, it is. It's one of the most talked about movies of the year. Also funny, I watched a video. People were interviewing actors at the Governor's Ball, which is an Oscar event, and saying, what have you liked this year? A lot of mentions for Frankenstein and One Battle and Sinners. A lot of mentions there. Sentimental value was talked about like across multiple people. Hamnet was multiple people. Like, And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, those are the movies that are in the Oscar conversation. Like, that's just what, those are the movies. Even if it was just an accident, got a couple mentions. But yeah, sentimental value is like right there. Like, I don't think there's a disconnect there with the industry. I think Elle Fanning's an okay bet, but I would not do 2 sentimental value actresses at SAG. I think that's a little risky.
You know, it's funny. I want to say Emily Blunt has a chance here, but the more I think about it, The Smashing Machine is like a bizarro indie film.
They do, her 3 more times in the Oscars.
They
4 maybe, 3 or 4.
But what they nominate her for: Mary Poppins Returns, A Quiet Place, populist films that did well.
Girl on the Train.
They do love Emily Blunt, so you should look out for it.
That's the thing where I'm like, yeah, but that movie didn't make any money and like no one cared. I do feel like maybe we could put Gwyneth Paltrow there.
I'll put her in.
I think that Marty Supreme might get SAG Ensemble. At this rate, it's looking like everyone's kind of like
might get nominated for ensemble. What are you talking about?
What, you think it's like definitely?
Absolutely, it's number 3. You fuck.
Okay, well then
how not?
Paltrow makes sense for SAG. Makes a lot of sense for SAG.
Yeah,
that's the actor's narrative. It's somebody.
Someone in Marty Supreme is going to contend in supporting actress. Probably going to be Paltrow. Going to show up somewhere. Going to be very scary.
You know what? Some people
might get a fucking Oscar nomination. Really might. All you need is Amy Madigan to get snubbed for the Oscar, and boom, Paltrow's in.
Oh, don't say that.
Or you need a little bit of weakness for one of the sentimental value actresses.
Here's the scenario. What if we go to BAFTA, which I guess we're going to, and we see that Elle Fanning gets snubbed and then Inga gets in. And then you're thinking, man, maybe both these sentimental value actresses can't fit in. Who do you go for with the Oscar? I honestly feel like you go for Inga because she's better.
Inga will get nominated for BAFTA, and Elle Fanning may or may not get nominated.
I have Inga like winning BAFTA, but that's kind of crazy, and I think it's probably not going to happen because it's kind of Carrie Condon, but Carrie Condon was British. I mean,
I think she's top 3. Emily Watson for Hamnet is being predicted for this award by 69% of award experts.
Excuse me?
She is solidly in there in the predictions.
I get it. She's British royalty. They're going to go nuts for Hamnet. And sometimes BAFTA pulls out some extra noms for people. And she feels like the kind of thing where, oh my God, she gets like a surprise BAFTA nomination. Now we have to worry about the Oscar nomination. But listen, have you seen Hamnet? Like, she's actually not in it that much. Really is not. Like,
they haven't seen Hamnet, though. That's the thing.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to keep Elle Fanning. Because again, I think I
don't have a good
very well at the BAFTAs.
I don't have an argument for someone over Elle Fanning. Regina Hall, Wumi Musako, I don't think they're going to happen at BAFTA.
What do you think about Amy Madigan?
I think she looks strong when I look at the contenders.
They have 6 slots. You know, why not put her in there?
Who is Maxine Peake in I Swear? Who is that?
But I'm going on Letterboxd and I'm seeing that people are really talking about Robert Aramayo, and they're not so much like shouting out the gathering behind like one supporting performance or anything from that movie. So, you know, maybe they just nominate it for Best Actor. You could just kind of put like Gwyneth Paltrow in and be like, oh, that makes sense because that feels like that might be the top 6 for the Oscar. But I feel like BAFTA won't nominate Gwyneth Paltrow. I feel like that's a SAG thing to do, and I feel like it's also the kind of thing that won't happen everywhere and be a no-brainer.
Who would they nominate?
I mean, this is why people are putting in Emily Watson, isn't it? Holy shit, maybe it is Emily Watson. You know what else BAFTA does a lot is they go pick somebody out who's like coattailing a lead who hasn't been like sung yet. Jessie Buckley for Lost Daughter and Jesse Plemons for Power of the Dog. And maybe Emily Watson is that. But I feel like Emily Watson is that on paper more than she is in practice. Because, I mean, I really don't feel like she did that much. Hell, they nominated Margot Robbie for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. They actually kind of like performances where you don't really... Julie Walters for Brooklyn. Okay. I'm putting in Emily Watson.
Okay.
It's funny. It's funny.
It is funny. Fine.
And then people are going to get really scared.
For the Oscar, I think Gwyneth is still going to have an edge.
I agree.
As Hollywood royalty.
However, for the Oscar, I have neither. I have both sentimental value actresses.
Me too. Now, if Gwyneth got SAG, I would be very concerned she's going to get Oscar, because my current 5 for the Oscar is honestly kind of a hope diction. I really want both sentimental value actresses in there. I want Amy Madigan in there. I want Tiana Taylor in there, right? So, and you know, Ariana Grande, I just accept that that's going to happen, and I want her in there as well.
Man, if Amy Madigan doesn't win anything,
then yeah,
that's
where bad.
It's like,
right?
Holy, she kind of has to win.
No, I think Amy Madigan,
she might have to win something. Anyway, those are our current precursor predictions. We're going to have to predict the Critics' Choice next week and then the Golden Globes. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing.
Who are you scared about in supporting actress?